You know those times that you've done everything right, but somehow you're back where you started? You meditate, you journal, you go to the gym, you stay consistent for weeks, and yet one random morning you wake up and you feel heavy within yourself. The same thoughts return, the same fears, the same self-doubt that you swore you have outgrown. And in that moment, that's where you start to think, did any of those work? Am I just pretending to grow, or maybe not? But what if that moment isn't a proof that you're broken? It's just a proof that you're evolving. Because growth doesn't move in a straight line. It loops, it spirals. It will even return, not to punish you, but to help you integrate what you once only understood intellectually. Because you aren't stuck, you're just in the middle of your integration. And today I want to unpack that. We're gonna talk about the myth of linear growth, the science of why growth feels like you're stuck, the emotional side of growth, psychology of real progress, how to stay grounded during the dip, and the truth about growth. The myth of linear growth. What is it? So we've been conditioned to believe that growth looks like a staircase, one clear step after another and another. But real growth looks more like a spiral. You come back to the same place, but not as the same person. You revisit your old wounds, but with different awareness. You will repeat same patterns, but this time you will notice them sooner. You will fall, but this time you know how to get up gentler. Psychologists call this phase an integration phase. It's actually when your brain is reprogramming your old patterns, but your nervous system hasn't fully caught up yet. So you might understand something logically, like, I don't need external validation anymore. But emotionally, your body is still craving that old safety. That's why the same triggers will come up, but it's not a sign that you're failing. It's because that your body is trusting a new normal. Think about it. We've been conditioned and learned all of this for years. So we have to be patient with ourselves and know that it doesn't happen overnight. So we might still spiral, we might still face those same old patterns, but we don't have to fall into their trap. And this time, because we are growing, because we have acknowledged all of those, and also we're all working in ourselves and trying to heal. So this time, it's much more easier to just get up than the other times. So when you find yourself repeating those patterns, don't panic. You're just living them on a deeper level. The science of why growth feels like you're stuck. Let's look at what happens beneath the surface. Every time you grow, whether it's healing an old wound or breaking your habit or shifting your mindset, your nervous system interprets that change as uncertainty. And uncertainty equals potential danger. So your body, in effort trying to protect you, trying to pull you back towards what feels familiar, because familiarity means safety for it. Even if that familiarity is self-doubt, people-pleasing, or even overthinking, or any other characteristic that you might be dealing with. So this is called hemostatic resistance. It's your brain's way of maintaining the balance, of saying, wait, this new behavior feels different. Are we sure we are safe here? So if you're noticing that you're self-sabotaging yourself right after your progress, that's not weakness, that's just your brain looking for safety in what already knows. That's why it feels like you're going backward when you're not. You're actually expanding your tolerance of a new level of calm, a new level of truth, a new level of you. So instead of asking, why am I not consistent? Ask, what part of me is feeling unsafe in this consistency? That question will change everything. Emotional side of growth. So let's get emotional. So here's the truth. Growth isn't glamorous. It doesn't always look like journaling with candles and sunlight. Sometimes it's just sitting in silence and feeling your own loneliness. Not because you're regressing, no, but because you have stopped numbing. So that's what healing looks like, feeling the things that you have always avoided. Don't mistake the discomfort for regression. No, they aren't the same. It is the price that your nervous system is paying for you to grow. It burns before it strengthens. Discomfort isn't a sign of damage, no. It's a sign that you're expanding your capacity. And emotionally, that's what's happening when you're learning how to hold yourself. In moments where you used to need somebody to just hold you. So maybe right now you aren't falling apart. Maybe you're just falling into alignment. The psychology of real progress. So let's define what progress actually means. Progress isn't constant forward motion. It's rhythmic. It has inhales and exhales. Push and pause. Doing and being. Real growth follows the nature patterns. Nothing blooms all year. Even trees shed their leaves, not because they're dying, but because they're preparing to root deeper. Every cycle you go through, the confusion, the self-doubt, the silence, it's actually building your capacity for your next stage. In behavior science, it's called consolidation phase. It's actually when your brain will integrate your new habits to the long memory. And this time you might feel slower, foggier, or even less motivated. But underneath, your identity is stabilizing around new beliefs. You aren't just starting from zero each time, no. You're starting from your experiences. When you find yourself looping, just remember this. Every loop is a spiral upward. You're revisiting the same ground, but with more wisdom beneath your feet. How to stay grounded during the dip? First, name the phase. When you feel lost, just label it, this is my integration phase. Naming will create safety for you. And when your mind understands what's happening, it stops panicking. Second, don't change the plan, just soften the pressure. So keep your habits, but in lower intensity of it. If you can journal for 10 minutes, journal for 2 minutes. If you can't meditate, then just sit quietly. If you can go to the gym, then walk more in your commute time. Just know that there's always a way to reach whatever you want by just substituting your habits. In whatever time period that you have, there's always a way for it. And it's not about doing less or, okay, if I do less, it's not as efficient. No, that doesn't work like this. It's just about staying consistent, gently. Third, track evidence and not emotions. Your emotions will fluctuate, but evidence doesn't lie. So this is the habit tracker of mine that I've been using it for a while, and I have also color coded them. I've been using it for a few months, and I can, just see how much I've been showing up or not. And this is for October, that we're in the middle of it more or less. And yeah, let me know down in the comments if you have something like this that you're using that has helped you to just see how much you've shown up for yourself. Because these micro wins will actually build your inner credibility. Fourth, ground before you act. If you feel anxious, don't make decisions yet. Try to calm down by breathing, walking, stretching, or even meditating or talking to a friend. Because regulation before action equals clarity before commitment. Fifth, reflect with compassion and not analysis. Don't ask what's wrong with me, ask what's unfolding in me. That simple shift will turn the self-criticism into self-curiosity. And curiosity is what actually keeps the growth sustainable. The fact is that you have to be kind with yourself and know that if you criticize yourself or if you talk down to yourself, you're not gonna solve anything. You're just gonna harm yourself. And why would you want to harm yourself? You will not feel motivated by talking back to yourself. So don't do that. You can also get into the same results with being kind to yourself. And maybe this way you can get to those results in much more gentle way and loving way than the other way around. So I don't know if it ever occurred to you or not, because I used to be there. I used to be that I was so tough on myself. I used to criticize myself so much, and basically I was so harsh on myself. And recently I've seen that I could actually get the same results or even better with being so gentle and kind to myself than before. And I'm like, why was I like that? I don't want to be like that. You don't want anyone to talk to you or criticize you that much. So why do you want to do that to yourself if you don't let, or if you don't even stick around somebody who does that to you? Why do you do that to yourself? You know? It's better to ask yourselves. Thank you so much for making it till this far of the video. If you like the video, please subscribe to the channel and also like the video. Here's my Instagram ID here. I will be much more active there and I will be posting daily so we could be much more in contact. So make sure that you also follow me on Instagram as well. And here's the truth about growth. It doesn't mean that you don't fall again. It just means that you will rise with awareness each time. And you're just becoming a more beautiful version of yourself. Because growth isn't loud, it's patient. It's not about constantly adding more, but remembering who you are. So maybe this week, don't try to force transformation on yourself. Just let yourself be in the season that you are in. And that's a still growth. Because every return is a rise in disguise. If this resonated with you, let this be a sign that you aren't stuck. You're integrating. And growth isn't linear, it's cyclical. And you're exactly right where you need to be. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate you, and try not to be so hard on yourself because there's only one of you. So take care of you, okay? See you in the next video. Take care and bye-bye.